Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to the ESL Weekly Cup number 5. We're finally getting underway with our first match, which will not be Eclipse versus Team Fear. No, this is going to be Cheese Mode versus BYOB here on Forest of Niflhel, guys. Welcome, of course. I am Sireph. You can follow me on Twitter at MLGSireph. And yeah, it's going to be a great week that we have for you guys today. Some really awesome teams are coming up head-to-head once again here on the stage of battle in Guild Wars 2. So, without any more rambling on, let's go ahead and jump into the game here. I'm going to kill the music for a second, and we're going to jump right into it. Hopefully you guys can see and also hear this. Awesome. It's great. So let's go ahead and go over who's on what team. So over here on the red side, we have BYOB. We're going to check out the builds real fast. And we have Bullet Tooth Joe, using the standard sort of hammer bow warrior. We're going to have the Zerker's Amulet, Runes of Lissa, 0, 10, 30, 0, 30. Nothing really special coming out from this guy. We have Twin Peaks on Guardian, running Runes of the Soldier, Staff, Mace, and Focus with the Cleric's Amulet with Barbarian's Jewel. Again, 0, 5, 30, 35. Nothing interesting, nothing out of, I wouldn't say nothing interesting, but nothing out of the ordinary for an EU Guardian. We have Miss Señoritas over here. He's running Axe Shield Greatsword. Interesting. That's interesting. With Superior Rune to the Scholar and the Zerker's Amulet with the Valkyrie's Jewel. Running 30, 0, 10, 0, 30. I'm going to keep an eye on this guy. He's also got Bull's Charge, Balance Stance, and Berserker Stance in addition to that Signet of Rage right there. And then we're going to move on to the Engineer over here. Interesting also setup. He's going to be running 6 Runes of the Nightmare, Pistol Shield with the Rabbit Amulet, and then he's going to be running 30, 0, 0, 30, 10. He's electing to get Elixir S. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Along with the standard dual kit setup. And then we have Alice Lust, the Necro, running Staff, Scepter, Dagger with the Rabid Amulet and Rabid's Jewel. 6 Runes of Lissa, running 30, 20, 20, 0, 0. So that's going to be that Doomfire going in for those Condis as usual. So let's check out Cheese Mode. Cheese Mode, of course, one of the strongest teams, I would say, in EU. We've got Freylina, their Guardian, 6 Runes of the Soldier, 1 Staff, 1 Hammer, and Cleric's Soldier Jewel with 0, 5, 30, 35. Again, pretty standard. Hammer's pretty interesting, though. Sizer, he's going to be running the Thief for this team. 6 Runes of Lissa with looks like to be a short bow, sword, dagger, and the Zerker Amulet with Zerker Jewel. 10, 30, 0, 30. This looks to be like one of the standard sword dagger builds that we're seeing. Next up is Azran. Azran's running a Spirit Ranger build, of course. Looks to be... he does have those lightning reflexes, so he doesn't have the full suite of spirits that you normally would, but he's running 10, 0, 30, 30, with 6 Runes of the Forge, bow, that's a short bow if I'm not mistaken, yep, and that's sword dagger. Moving on to Zapdos, Pokemon names guy. He's going to be running 6 Runes of the Lissa with the Longbow Hammer and Soldier's Amulet with the Zerker's Jewel. 0, 10, 30, 0, 30. Again, standard bow, hammer, warrior. Then we have Rom. I'm going to see if he's doing exactly the same thing. Bow, hammer, as usual. 6 Runes of the Lissa, Soldiers, Zerkers, and yeah, running pretty much exactly the same build. That's pretty interesting. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this, guys, as we go on, and we're going to see what sort of comes up out of this match. Again, we're on the Forest of Niflhel. It's really interesting to note strategies that these teams will be employing. They both are running dual warriors. The only real difference is that BYOB does not have a Spirit Ranger, and instead they're electing to have that NG and have the Condis from him and their Necro. Well, on the other side, we will see a Spirit Ranger and a Thief from Cheese Mode, kind of complementing their setup here. So we're gonna have to see who wins this. It looks like it looks like someone's taking a short bathroom break, guys. So let's go ahead and check out who is not ready. That would be Bullet Tooth Joe, Freylina, and Alice Lust not readied up yet. We do see a PhD in Stomponomics is in the spectators area for some reason. That's okay though. So again, guys, stick around after the show for a chance to win some gems, and for you guys watching the VOD, all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe for a chance as well. We're seeing I think we're going to see a little bit of an interesting moves, and I think that also Cheese Mode historically is really on point with their communication and the rotation. We'll have to see if BYOB can sort of bring anything out to answer to that. Cheese Mode historically has been sort of like one of the huge, strong teams that just knows when to send people where. They're always counting. They're always able to sort of answer things, answer this questions and problems posed by the other team. Will BYOB be able to pose something that they haven't seen and that they can't really answer to? We'll have to see. Looks like Twin Peaks wants to say thanks to Kimber James. And we will get this game started right about now. It's going to be about 10 seconds before the game begins. And we're going to watch as the teams nail down their strategy. Let's see if they sort of have anything to answer. If there's going to be a sort of any early game invasion, some beach play. Looks like we will see. Let's go over here in cheese mode. They're stacking up. Let's see the stacks. We will see 2 people heading over to the beach. Meanwhile, we're not seeing any of that from the side of BYOB. It's Sizer and it's Rom who stealthed it up to go ahead and try and play this out here. But Bullet Joe, I think, has realized that there's a potential for this. He's going in and trying to get in on Rom. Meanwhile, Sizer did go in on Alice Lust. Such a great idea. Take out the Necro, get rid of their ability to get the Condies down. Look at the amount of boons on Alice Lust, though. She's about half health, 4.2k dropping. Looks like if Sizer can get in, and yeah, he does. He immediately drops her to the ground there, and Rom's just going to go in on her as well with that hammer. Such a great play from the opening of cheese mode here, taking the team of BYOB off guard. Meanwhile, however, this is going to be an interesting fight here on the middle point, but we will see that BYOB is finally getting their stuff together on mine here. The pressure from cheese mode has kind of backfired on them. Rom is he's not going to be able to get back up. The senior is either going to stop him out right now. Yep, there it is. So we will see that Sizer has to sort of transfer back over to the mid and help his teammates as they go on. Twin Peaks, though, is giving Fairlene a little bit of a hard time. Sizer immediately going up with him. Let's go in with him and see what he tries to pull out here as he goes in. I think he did just Bassy over onto Twin Peaks, but look at him. He's already back up at almost full health. Going in with Twin Peaks, yeah, he's popped up almost all of his utility cooldowns. He's got one of his Guardian utilities up still. Throws out the line of warning, trying to get just any sort of support that he can on this point. But, you know, he's about to be joined by a warrior and the Necro of his team. Meanwhile, we see that Bullet Joe and everyone else are focused on this sort of defensive play from on their own side here. Cheese Mode's really keeping them on their toes. Twin Peaks, however, will get stomped out right here. And, you know, this fight might be going in the favor of Cheese Mode as they do pull out that early capture in the middle. So we're gonna have to see what Red has to answer with this with. So Senoritas is over here already on the point, trying to get some pips off of it, but no. Alice Lust just got stomped out here, and Rom is just going to town on this Senoritas. Let's go in on this warrior here, see what she's sort of trying to do as she goes in with this. This is the Great Sword Warrior that we saw in the beginning of the game. Is this an effective answer to what Cheese Mode is pulling out here? We'll have to see. She pulls out this, goes in for the shield backs with the axe, but not really able to cover her friend Bullet Joe here, who's being trained down by Zapdos, Rom, and now Frelina. They've dropped him down. They throw down the symbol of swiftness on him for the extra DPS, and they'll kill him. So they'll straight up kill him. So meanwhile, over here on the mine, all of the pressure that Cheese Mode has gotten has pushed everyone back over here to mine, and they're doing such an effective job of keeping BYOB over here during this entire battle. Sizer is in here doing exactly what he should do, training down Alice Lust just to get, because Alice Lust is going to be one of the most squishy targets on the other team. He's just rolling around and immediately targeting him down, and then going in for Azrael as well, putting in the hits that he needs to. And now we'll see someone like Rom, someone who has stability, like Frelina, go in for the fight. But now we will see that Alice Lust does get up in the middle of the battle here, able to support teammates just a little bit more, but Sizer immediately goes back to work on him, and Alice will get stomped out momentarily, probably, if Twin Peaks cannot get his teammate up. They're doing a really great job of just immediately trying to go in for those reses, but there's just so much cleave coming out from everyone else. There's the symbol of swiftness. There's so many just different things going down onto Alice, and she'll stay down for such a long time. We just saw the orb from Frelina try and get some damage down on her as well, but Bullet Joe is doing a great job of just staying on her. No one's really cleaving him down just yet. We will see that Azrael will go down over here on the side. Zapdos coming in for the stomp. Will it be effective? Yes, he'll stomp through. Now Bullet Joe has gone down as well. This is really turning for the side of Cheese Mode extremely fast. They're beginning to snowball very hard in this matchup. So Alice Lust will get stomped out. Bullet Joe did get up. He wasn't vengeanced or anything, but you know, he's in this corner. He's really outnumbered. And look what Zapdos is doing. Zapdos knows that the only way that they can lose their lead is if someone comes off the beach side and goes for their henge point. So Zapdos is immediately going to go after Azrael, who drops that big old bomb, but it's not going to be effective. He's going to daze this guy, throw him down, and just immediately start wailing away at him. Such a great plays from Cheese Mode. They do send Alice Lust, though, so he will have a small chance of getting some sort of work done, but we will see that, you know, with everyone wiping from the red side over here at mine, they realize that they need to put more focus on their home point. They need to send more people back, and they are counting. Zapdos has called out that he sees people over there, so he's going to have someone come over and deal with the people at henge. Zapdos chooses to go in on the stomp before just chasing down Alice Lust, which actually worked out better for him because they're not just like Alice Lust decided to get off the point before it was decapped. Blue team also using this chance to sort of grab the forest creatures. They did just kill Spawn here. We're going to see, what is Alice Lust doing? Is she going to rotate mid? Is she going to go ahead and go for Chieftain? She's just going to heal up, it looks like, and then come in, going to drop some sort of... yep, she does go into the Death Shroud form. Going to be trying to stay alive and support her team. They will drop Zapdos, and he'll get stomped out, so they're going to get henged now. This is going to be interesting to see where they sort of begin to cycle back. Rom is 2v1ing Twin Peaks and Azrael, and it 2v1ing a guard and an Engie. I think Rom can actually do this, and here's Sizer to actually come up for support. He'll have this, I think, as soon as Sizer starts training Azrael, which just started happening. Let's go in with him. He's going to start pulling in some hits that are really effective. Also, you see that Steel Lotus coming out, Big Ol' Bomb coming out to try and do something. Azrael using that Elixir S to drop himself in size, but, you know, it's not going to be that effective. It's just Sizer is all over him, warping around, trying to get him down, and it looks like Twin Peaks went over to get that Resolute Healer off to get him up, but he got dazed by the Warriors coming in here. So, oh my god, we will see mine gets decapped by Twin Peaks, but it's just a matter of time before Twin Peaks goes down to Rom and Sizer here. 2v1ing like this is not such a great deal. We see the Bulltooth Joe realizes that they need to put some pressure somewhere else on the map. He's going to cycle up here to the middle point here to keep. But we will see that Azrin is here to deal with this. Cheese Mode's Spirit Ranger is going to be going in as well. We're going to see what sort of things he comes out with, but it's mostly going to be, of course, Spirits and of course the Ranger Fear. So really the biggest fight, I would say, is coming over here with Freylina. Let's go with Freylina as he goes on with this fight here. Zapdos is here to support. It's going to be Alice Lust and Miss Senoritas as well. So it's going to be Warrior Necro versus Warrior Guardian. I think Warrior Guardian kind of comes through here for this, even though Zapdos has sort of dropped. He'll get up, no problem. You're going to see the Mending coming out from Freylina, blocking off everything that he can right here. Symbol of Swiftness as well for those heals. Of course, he got healed from every pulse of that symbol, and so does Zapdos, if I'm not mistaken. And so they'll have this defense pretty much locked down. If Zapdos can go ahead and train down Alice Lust, they'll get the upper hand in this fight. So there's that win. That's an extremely fast win here. There's 8 minutes left on the clock, guys. It's over half the time allotted. Recap for a majority of this game here, guys. 502 to 72. That's pretty ridiculous. We'll have to see if BYOB can come back in the next game. It was such they did not even break 100 points. But we will have to see if they can do something. They can start the snowball effect on their side. If they can start the pressure in a way that benefits them coming into Legacy of the Foe Fire here as we go into game 2. Now, Legacy of the Foe Fire is one of those polarizing maps, but it tends to favor people who take the early leads, who take the early initiatives and cycle correctly. So BYOB, knowing that they have this, hold on a second, they're on the wrong teams. BYOB is red. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and switch in just a second. So, like I was saying, Legacy of the Foe Fire, the throwback map to Guild Wars 1, GVG, and so much and so forth. We're going to see this moving forward. Let's go ahead and look up the map. It's one of those things that teams that can lock down the side points are going to have an easier time. Teams that can be aggressive and stay aggressive are going to have an easier time. This fight here in the middle, since this area is so open and so large, it's so hard to actually flip it, and when you do flip it, it takes a lot of just effort and manpower to get there. So we're going to see if they can. I don't think there's anything different coming out from either side of these teams. So R up when ready, and we will see what sort of stuff comes out of these teams. as we go forward. And yes. Alright, guys, don't forget, after the stream, gem giveaway. It's gonna be sick. We have some fun. What's interesting to note with the last game is the Warriors. The Warrior fights tended to, well, of course they favor cheese mode, but we'll have to see if the Warriors, specifically Miss Senoritas, yeah, she's still running the Axe Shield spec. I'm interested to see if sort of that is either a benefit or downfall for her. She did stay alive for a lot of those fights. She still has those, she still has the stuns with the shield bash, but just it's not as the same as the hammer lockups that you normally see. And we're just waiting on these guys to finish their strategy, lock in their battle plans as they go forth in the Legacy of the Foe Fire. They're running on the Char side over here, as the blue team in cheese mode is over here on the Ascalonian side. Good times. Good times. Well, there's a lot of you guys in chat. What is up? Sound off if you got them. Raise your dongers. Who do you think will win? Cheese mode or BYOB? Of course, if cheese mode takes this map, they will take the victory 2-0. If we will see a game 3 if BYOB takes this one, and it will be on Kylo, a map that is very hard to get to. Interesting to know. I think if you go back in the VOD, there is the number of times we've gone to Kylo on games that I've casted, at least, has really not exceeded 5. I think it's gonna be extremely interesting to see what if BYOB can come back, if they can cycle correctly, and we'll have to see. So we're gonna see this game starting now. They've locked in their plans, their strategies, and their tactics, and the game is about to start, and we will see the splits.
Hold on to your points.
So we will see they're going to send Zapdos over to Waterfall from cheese mode. Sizer is going to do a quick invade. He'll probably do something. Oh my god, they're not sending anyone home. BYOB, let's go in with them right now, as they are sending everyone stack up stealth and running straight to their far point here. This is actually extremely interesting. Like I said, if they're aggressive, if they can hold the side points, they have a great chance of coming into this game and taking it into game 3. They're going in immediately on Zapdos, trading him down, and here comes Frelina as well. So they really should deal with Zapdos' threat, because Frelina's going to be around for a long time with his Guardian stability right there. And then Zapdos knows this. He's running around as well. I'm in with Miss Senoritas right now. She's trying to get in a lot of damage on Zapdos. Zapdos is just above health. Cheese mode, you know, if they had to send 2 people to deal with this pressure, they should be glad they had Zapdos and Frelina here. Let's check in with what everything else is going on. You know, Quarry is up for cheese mode right now. Mid fight is just Twin Peaks versus Rom and Azrun. Everyone else has descended upon this here. And you know, Sizer joining this fight, putting in lots of DPS. He's going to go immediately on Alice Lust, who is trying to stay on the fringes, throwing out that steel Lotus right there. Looks like Bulletooth Joe has gone in on him as well, pushing him back, and he's going to immediately warp back in, going in, stealing off of Bulletooth Joe, using that skill immediately, and just wailing away at him. He's going to drop momentarily. That's Alice Lust going almost immediately down. No, Alice Lust stays alive, surprisingly. And this is going to be really, really interesting. Rom going in on the stomp, but Alice Lust gets immediately back up into the Death Stride form to stay alive, but will get dropped again. Zapdos, Frelina. Oh my god, Frelina knocks that body away. Looks like Zapdos is going in to get some DPS in on that as well. And the stomp goes through on Miss Senoritas. So this pressure has backfired for BYOB. Azriel, the only one even semi-alive here. Zapdos going to just wreck him right now. And he will just... There's a total team wipe except for Twin Peaks in the mid, who for some reason has been able to stay alive. I think the only reason he has been is because cheese mode has put so much focus in taking their home point, realizing that there is such an importance to the sides, and the mid is super hard to take. And I think, excuse me, the Twin Peaks has done so much to stay alive. It's just, look, he got knocked off point as well. We'll see an easy 3 cap for cheese mode coming up here. Let's go in on the Sizer as he goes in on Senoritas over here. He's trying to evade back to her base, but look at how much damage was done on him versus with Rom and Sizer just there. There's 2 people. Oh my god, we're seeing a massive invasion. You know, if it didn't work the first time, it might work the second time. Zapdos is here to defend once again, and Frelina cycles back immediately. They will not get the decap. Yeah, and Sizer realizes how much of a threat this is as well, so this is going to be extremely interesting to see what sort of comes down here. Sizer going in on Azrael, a great choice, a great target, but, you know, he's going to be throwing those grenades out, kit swapping like a pro here, like a boss, and, oh my god, Sizer comes out of nowhere, drops some stabs into his face and back as he goes in on this, and let's see what's, oh my god, we're gonna see immediately, look where Rom, hold on, yeah, Rom is going straight to the Lord here, going straight, gonna kill the caster, kill it, almost got the soldiers down. He may want to save those, nah, he'll be just fine. But this warrior is soloing the Lord while the rest of the red team is locked up here. The goal of cheese mode should not be to kill any of these guys. It should be to extend their life as long as possible so they don't respawn and mess with Rom, who's just going to destroy this guy. He's 1v1ing the Lord now. We're going to have to check, he's gonna check what, or we're going to check what's going on here with Rom as he goes in with this. But like I said, even if this point is decapped, right, cheese mode wants to make sure that they get Rom safe. They want to keep him in play here. And I think, you know, that Senoritas is cycling over to mid, and they must know that there's some damage going on in their Lord, but I don't think they expect it to sort of be as crucial as it is right now. They need to send someone back here because this is just going to end the game faster. They are sending Senoritas to go ahead and decap every other point that they can, but Rama is doing such a great job with the Lord. He just now died. It's 385 points, and we will see Senoritas retaking their home point. So now they have to figure out how they're going to work with this. They're at 15 points. All of that is from kills. They killed 3 people, and that is it. 385 for cheese mode here. Zapdos does drop here. We will see. Oh, he's getting like 3v1 here. That's going to be another point for CM as for rather BYOB as they go forward. Cheese mode descending upon the quarry, locking up Miss Senoritas. That's going to be Rom, and of course Azrin doing a great job forcing this guy off the point here. He's going to go straight through to the mid, and he'll be into the clutches of Sizer, who's actually going up against Azrael. This may favor the BYOB team for just a moment before the rest of cheese mode comes up here to deal with this. And it's 403 to 29. It's not really early to call this for cheese mode, but this is cheese mode's game by far. It's just a matter of time before BYOB gets it starts ticking down. You know, it's 419 now. The 2 cap, 3 cap may happen momentarily as well once Ferlina and Zapdos go in on these guys. But you know, we are seeing a 3v2 over here on Waterfall. Let's go in with Alice Lust as we see what's going on. And she's doing a great job trying to get their condies down, trying to support her team with the DPS that she needs to on the opposing team. But, you know, she's being trained down. She's being the focus of the DPS of cheese mode because they realize how important it is to just deal with it because conditions, I mean, like it or not, they're kind of annoying. But BYOB doing a great job getting that res up and pretty much immediately. This is going to be, it is a stomp. It is pretty much a kill move for the side of cheese mode, and they've been able to keep this pressure up this entire time. Sizer is even just sort of posturing himself outside of the base of BYOB in case they decide to send someone over to Quarry because they just want to get this kill and move on with the tournament. 490 now to 29. Bullet Tooth Joe has just now reached this point, but this is totally cheese mode's point as well. They don't even need to get it. So, you know, GG is coming out here. Those were some pretty sick games from both sides, especially from cheese mode, being extremely dominant as they generally always are. Look at those team scores. No one breaking 100. That's really interesting. That just comes down to point defense, cycling correctly, and I mean BYOB's Gambit in the beginning, not probably the greatest idea. Going so aggressive when cheese mode is one of those teams that can put on the pressure they need and then also react to sort of I guess the idea of someone coming to be so aggressive in that gambit. So guys, stick around. We'll be right back. I'm going to see what sort of matches we've got coming up next, and we'll see what comes up. Again, stick around, guys. We're going to be doing some more gem giveaways and some stuff like that. So yes, stick around.